Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most famous families in the drug world, a group of medications you probably recognize not by their brand names, but by a simple little three-letter suffix.
I mean, you've definitely heard the names, right? You know what they're famous for? But what's the real connection? What's the science that actually links them all together? Well, it's probably a lot more straightforward than you think.
So let's meet the family. We've got sildenafil, tadalafil, vardenafil, and avanafil. And yeah, that common ending, that fil, that is absolutely not a coincidence. It's a signal telling us that all of these drugs belong to the same class, and they share a fundamental way of working inside the body.
All right, so let's get into it. How do they actually pull it off? It all comes down to a tiny little enzyme and a pretty simple but powerful chain reaction.
Okay, so to understand this, you have to know about the main character in our story, an enzyme called PDE5. The easiest way to think about PDE5 is like an off switch. Its whole job is to run around, find this molecule called cGMP, and just break it down. And when it does that, it effectively shuts down any increased blood flow to certain areas.
So check out how this all works. When you take a fill drug, its one and only mission is to go find that PDE5 off switch and block it. It basically puts a piece of tape over the switch. With PDE5 out of commission, cGMP is no longer getting destroyed. So its levels start to rise, and more cGMP is like a signal that tells the smooth muscles in your blood vessel walls to just relax. That process is called vasodilation. And as those muscles chill out, the blood vessels widen, and boom, blood flow improves. A lot.
So if you remember one thing from all that science, let it be this. It all boils down to a super simple equation. More cGMP equals better blood flow. That's it. By blocking the enzyme that gets rid of cGMP, these drugs just make sure there's more of it hanging around. It's actually a pretty elegant solution.
Now you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I know what these are for. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? This powerful ability to improve blood flow has more than just one use, including a surprising bonus use that's incredibly important.
This right here really shows you how versatile this science is. On one hand, you have the famous application, treating erectile dysfunction by relaxing muscles and boosting blood flow down there. But on the other hand, you can apply that exact same principle to the lungs. By relaxing the muscles in the pulmonary arteries, the drug reduces the blood pressure inside the lungs, treating a really serious condition called pulmonary hypertension. It's one single mechanism with two totally different, life-changing outcomes.
And specifically, it's sildenafil and tadalafil that are the two members of the family approved for this bonus use. You'll actually find them sold under completely different brand names for this, Revatio and Adcirca, but make no mistake, the active ingredient and the core science are exactly the same.
Okay, but with any drug this powerful, we have to talk about safety. And this isn't just the fine print, you guys. This is the stuff everyone absolutely needs to know. Some of the most common side effects actually make a lot of sense when you think about it. Since you're increasing blood flow, you might get things like a headache, some facial flushing, or even a stuffy nose. They can also cause hypotension, which is just a drop in your overall blood pressure. And then there's this really weird one. Sildenafil, in particular, can sometimes affect a similar enzyme that's found in the retina of your eye. The result? A temporary side effect where your vision might get a slight blue tint. It's a pretty fascinating reminder that even targeted drugs can have some unexpected effects elsewhere. But let's circle back to that blood pressure issue, because this is where things get really serious. That potential for hypotension, low blood pressure, becomes incredibly dangerous when these drugs are mixed with another class of medications called nitrates.
And I honestly cannot stress this enough. If you take away only one thing about safety, this is it. Nitrates, which are often prescribed for things like chest pain, also lower blood pressure. So when you combine them with a fill drug, the effect isn't just added, it's multiplied. It can cause a sudden, catastrophic drop in blood pressure that can absolutely be life-threatening. This combination is a major no-go.
So from their most famous use to their life-saving role in treating lung conditions, the fill family really shows the power of targeting a single biological pathway. The ability to precisely control blood flow is such a powerful tool in medicine. And it really makes you wonder, right? If we can already use this for the heart and lungs, where else could this science go? Could it one day help treat things like dementia, or maybe help people recover from a stroke? The frontier for mastering blood flow is really just beginning to open up.